Good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I want to welcome you guys back to another edition of ADology. I am bringing that back. I have actually been very busy in regards to just spring, moving, all of those things. I appreciate all the followers that I do have, and I do appreciate all the feedback that I've been getting on some of the most recent videos that I've posted, which is why I'm coming to you guys today, because a lot of you guys gave me a lot of text messages, personal messages, as well as just commenting on the video in regards to the acronym WIN. Just want to start off, I really do appreciate that support. I wanted to explain that because it seemed like there was a lot of questions, and one, how I came up with it, how I'm using it, and kind of what has led me to share that with you guys. Number one, what led me to share it with you is because I think it speaks to all of us as either athletic directors or athletic administrators or coaches or leaders or educators in regards to what's important now. I think that's important when we talk about school culture, or we talk about our culture in our athletic department, or the culture we're trying to set within our certain teams or programs that we're running. That's going to be different for everybody, and that brings me to point two. Right, at my school, there's a cultural difference that we're trying to make in regards to setting ourselves up for success in regards to what's important now, not the actual wins and losses. I point that out because for us, some of the objectives, and I'm very clear that I use objectives and not goals. I'll kind of caveat to that is that goals can actually have an end date and set your teams and cultures up for failure. Objectives set you up for never-ending potential objectives that can be continued on from year to year or month to month. So I'm very intentional with that in the language that we use. So those objectives that we set out for WIN is being present, right? Making sure that our coaches are not on their phones during practices, that they're paying attention to the students, asking them how their day has gone. Also making sure that we're very student-centered. You know, I think that should go without being said, but in today's world with social media and other things that take our attention away from our student athletes, I think it's very important to be student-centered, to reinvest in our students. And that's one of the things that at my new school we have been very upfront and very deliberate about, right? Is we're going to be student-centered. We're going to hold them accountable for attendance, discipline, and academics, right? Those are three areas that as an admin team between myself, my principal, and my assistant principals that we have talked in depth about in the culture that we're trying to set going into this first year for all of us. I think the third and final thing that I would also say is you have to have some confidence when you talk about this with your coaches, your other leaders, or whomever it may be. So kind of get you some details of how that worked for us, because I think that that's an important piece as we're all setting up our coaches meetings, is that number one, I invited our superintendent. So we actually have a full turnover in our county from the superintendent to the high school administrative team. So I asked him to say a few words. I gave him an introduction. He said a few things, and then he introduced our new high school principal. And they basically echoed or reiterated the same things that I've just talked to you about. And I think that sets the tone and the precedent of what we are trying to establish. And I think that's important for us to understand as educators and leaders and athletic administrators, that we have to have that support of our superintendent or our high school admin team, depending upon if you're middle school as well, having them all on the same page. So I just want to take a few minutes to explain that. Please feel free to continue to reach out with any questions, comments that you may have. I really do appreciate the feedback. I also want to let you know, next week we will actually have an interview with a guest speaker that we had at our admin retreat that really spoke volumes to me and some of the things that I've been through in my life. Just to kind of reiterate what ADology is about, is it's sharing best practices, tips, tools, and resources, as well as hearing interviews from other athletic administrators, coaches from around the country, or motivational speakers that I have found in regards to my journey as an athletic administrator. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this. I will continue to post content throughout the week of what we're doing here in Prince Edward County High School. And I enjoy you guys following me on social media. Thank you guys.